All right, today is September 9th on the road to Hershey, Pennsylvania in the new setup. Got the Class C motorhome and my trailer. I got it all done after about, I don't know, many months of prepping, planning. I actually can't believe that I'm finally on the road. So yeah, working my way towards Hershey, Pennsylvania. Left today, left Granbury, Texas, and right now I am in Royce City, Texas. Laid over for the night at Buc-ee's, and it's about, I don't know, I left about 1 o'clock in the morning. Right now it's about 5:30, so I'm exhausted. And but yeah, I mean, driving the new rig, it's kind of, I wanted to leave at nighttime because not too many other cars on the road, and I just wanted to see how this was going to handle. I'm not worried about the motorhome. I was worried about more of the trailer. How's that going to tow? Weight, balance, and all that type of stuff. And it actually did a pretty good job. So I'm happy with that. I will say that going through Dallas, which I hate, by the way, literally hate it, cannot stand it. There is more construction going on in Dallas, I think, than any other place in the entire world. And my GPS took me off of 30 east. Took me through the most ghettoest part of Dallas. I'm talking the slums. I'm going, all right, thanks GPS. Appreciate it for taking me off 30 and putting me back on 30. But navigating through all of that, not a fun experience by any means. I said, let's just say I was a little heat at the GPS. So, and then I hit a pretty big bump. And then I started hearing thump, 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 thump. I'm thinking, holy shit, already I'm, 150 miles into this, and I got a blowout? I literally thought I had a blowout on the back tire. I'm going, holy shit. So I pulled off on the shoulder, put the hazards on, and I'm as far over as I possibly could be, instead of being on the grass and like literally on the embankment. So I'm on the shoulder, put the hazards on, get out, grab the flashlight. I'm checking around. I don't know if any of y'all have driven on 30 in the middle of the night. All the truckers are out. Ain't nothing but truckers. And they're in the right lane. I am literally standing on the side of my rig, feet away from 18-wheelers, pretty pissed off by them because they at least have another 2 lanes they can go in. So anyway, I go around, check all the tires, everything, and I'm kind of doing it fast because I didn't want to be sitting there for too long. So everything looks good. I'm like, all right, let me at least drive to the next exit and do a thorough check. But then I made an observation. On the highway, there's grooves. At that point where I hit that bump, there's literally grooves. And every time it was going bump, 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 it was me rolling through each groove, and it just happened to sound like a flat tire. So I'm like, all right, the only way to determine, because in my Class A, I had a blowout on the inside tire on my maiden voyage. So I'm like, holy shit, here we go again. Granted, those tires were unbelievably old. They had dry rot. I didn't know until after the fact. So I was like, all right, to test these grooves and it's not a flat tire, I was like, once I hit smoother pavement, noise should go away. Luckily, smoother pavement, noise went away. Back on the road. So it's been quite the maiden voyage so far. Definitely some curse words at GPS for taking me through the slums of Dallas. Like, unbelievable. And it's a pretty popular app in the RVing world. I had the app, got the pro edition, paid for the subscription. I was like, hey, this thing's gonna like really be good for my RV, because it obviously has the height restrictions and it's not gonna put you anywhere where you can potentially hit, like a bridge or anything like that. I still don't know why for a half an hour, 45 minutes, it literally took me through the backwoods of Dallas. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna call it a night. Just had some breakfast at Buc-ee's, early breakfast. I'm gonna try to get a few hours of sleep, and then I'll be back on the road tomorrow again. Road to Hershey. Okay, road to Hershey, Pennsylvania. I'm at a Love's gas station right now. I'm sure some of you are familiar with Love's. This place is not RV friendly. I'm in Tennessee. This place is an absolute trucking fiasco. And I'm actually locked in right now. So I've got my rig, right? And this is everything going on around me right now. And I'm actually blocked in by this guy. And hopefully that guy right there is pulling out, because he's got me blocked in. And yes, I know, I'm an RV parked amongst the big riggers, but there was no spots available. I actually had 18 wheelers parked in the RV parking. And that was so damn tight that I don't think I'd fit with my setup, with my RV and my trailer. So hopefully this guy, I believe, is pulling out right now, which will allow me to get out of here and fucking off on my way. Let's go. So this is literally part of the RV world, the RV space, that when you have to come to a truck stop or something like that. Again, right now I'm in Love's in Tennessee, and even the big rig behind me is blocked in from the other guy. And Love's, if you know, they have showers, right? So people will go in there, take a shower, do the thing. So the guy that I thought was coming back to his rig, I see him in his rearview mirror. I see him in his truck. I don't see lights on. So hopefully he will back up and get out of here. If he backs up and gets out of here, I can get out of here and then pull around. But this place is an absolute, it's nuts. It's literally freaking nuts. And I'm seeing, I just saw somebody in the rearview mirror. It was a Class C motorhome, and he was able to pull him, but nothing in tow. My issue is that I'm pulling my trailer. So the maneuverability is literally cut in more than half. So right now it's just a waiting game. See what happens. I am literally going to pat myself on the back right now. I have to, because when I outfitted my trailer, when I built that trailer out, I put 2 cameras on it.
one on the front, so I can, looking down, so I can see the hitch. But I also put a camera on the way back, right? On the back going down, so I could just see, you know, if I'm backing up. And I had to literally jockey out of that position, out of the curb. And if it wasn't for my backup camera on my trailer, I would have been screwed. So luckily I was able to back up, jockey around, and get the heck out of here. But this place is freaking, this place is berserk. Like, yeah. I actually had to do while I was stuck, where I was. Now, when I pulled in, there's plenty of room on that curb. But I'm telling you what, within 15, 20 minutes, it just got jammed up. And I got boxed in pretty bad. And again, the thing about Loves, and also a Pilot, is that these truckers, that's where they take their showers. You know? They take their shower, brush their teeth, and you know, they're in there for 20 minutes, half an hour, or they're you know, resting up and they're sleeping in the cab. But man, I'll tell you, it's this one was definitely a busy one, that's for sure. So on the road. All right, so made it back on the road. That Loves was in Jackson, Tennessee. And again, it was pretty crazy. And I will say this, I do want to touch base on this, on the, obviously the RV side of things, and also on the trucking side of things, right? Much respect to a lot of the truckers out there, right? Because they're getting the goods, and you know, out there on the road. These guys are trying to make a living, and women trying to make a living, right? So when they stop off at a Loves or a Pilot, Flying J, they've been on the road for hours. They're just trying to literally just get a shower, get a bite to eat, go to the bathroom, brush their teeth, etc., get back on the road, and keep on down the road with their haul. And I get it. But the Loves itself, that particular one, was just a very, very, very tight spot. So normally, right, the RVs, they have like a dedicated small area for RVs. Some, it's super easy to kind of pull in and then pull out. Some are a little bit more difficult. That one, if you had anything in tow, it was a challenge. Forget about even fueling up there. I mean, that was just insane. So the small little section they had for the RV parking, there was actually an 18-wheeler. That's how busy it was. It just took up like 3 spots of RVing. So he kind of screwed the pooch on that one. So it kind of forced me, again, because I've got my Class C motorhome, and I'm 27 and a half feet tip to tail, plus my cargo trailer, which is another, I don't know, 17, 18 feet, you know, from nose to the back. So I've got a pretty good length. I can't just jockey it around and maneuver it, you know, that easily. So anyway, I parked on the curb amongst the truckers. I know it. That was the only option I had. It is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. But again, in a very short period of time, all the truckers just started coming in at once. Just everybody was blocking each other. It didn't matter that I was an RV. Truckers blocking truckers. I mean, it was just, I literally saw other guys going, where the hell's the driver to this truck? They're inside. They're taking a crap. They're getting a shower. And so it wasn't just me, but luckily I was able to get myself a spot where I was able to back up, and I have the backup camera on my trailer. So I was able to kind of inch my way back and get the hell out of there. But also what I was able to do while I was, this is kind of like maybe something to do. If you have something in tow, right? Whether you're driving your truck and maybe pulling a travel trailer or fifth wheel, or you're driving a motorhome and you've got a toad behind you or a trailer. Again, backing up is not the easiest thing in the world. And if you don't have a camera on the back, again, you just kind of lessen your, you just make it harder. That's just what I'm trying to say. You're making it harder. But what I did was, because I was blocked in and there's literally nowhere I can go, I did a big walk around to make sure that I was actually able to loop around the truck parking area and get out. So with that particular Love's, there was only one way in and one way out. So I needed to make sure that when I pulled around, I wasn't literally hitting a dead end. Because backing up and then doing a 27-point turn was probably out of the question. So luckily I was able to loop around and get out of there. But I'll tell you this, when every trucking spot has a truck, these truckers will literally park, it doesn't matter where. Forget about lines. Lines are then out of the category, because they'll just park in the freaking middle, throw their hazards on and do their business, and they'll come back when they come back, you know. And even if they come back to their truck, they could literally be hanging out in their truck for a bit. Man, they could be taking a nap in the back of their cab. So be very mindful when you're going to some of these stops of other truckers. How's the parking? I mean, it might just be, if you've got a rig that you kind of know is not it's not the easiest to kind of maneuver around and jockey around like a gas station pump or around, and you see that it might be kind of busy, you might want to just kind of head down the road and hit something else up. Obviously, unless it's an emergency or something like that. But anyway, that was interesting. That was the first time on that one. Right now I'm in Nashville at the Flying J, just gassed up. And what I like to do is I've made a habit of it, of walking around my motorhome and my trailer before I ever take off, no matter what. It's just a habit. Again, I think it's very, very important to do a walk around. And I just spotted something that I'm glad that I do a walk around. So if you notice my kayak, look at that strap compared to that strap. So the front one disconnected and got loose. Now, I obviously secured the heck out of this thing when I put it on, but what took place was the kayak slid backwards, so that, and again, just kind of like lesson learned. But the good thing is that when the kayak slid backwards, I'm trying to figure this, there we go. Where I have the straps going through the holes, it actually stopped it from going back any further, which is good. So I know that next time I put it up there, I've got to go back. I got to put the back strap on first, slide it all the way back till it hits, then secure the front. So what happened was, once it went back, the front got just loose enough where it popped off. So the other thing I did was, well, I've got a ladder on the motorhome, which makes it really easy to access the roof if I need to address anything, but my trailer does not have a ladder. So I brought one with me. So I'm gonna take the ladder off. I'm gonna go up there and secure it. I'm glad the strap didn't completely come off. I think the other part is still connected, because I tied them together pretty well with some half hitches. All right, so we pulled the ladder off, securing the strap, but that's literally what it looks like right now. So luckily, when I connected them, I did a bunch of half hitches which kept that buckle on the strap. I mean, I'm going down the road at 65 miles per hour, right? I usually got a cruise control 65. If that thing flies off and that hits a windshield, or if a motorcycle rider is behind me, that's not a good day. So again, the importance of doing a walk around on your setup. It doesn't matter what setup you have. Do a walk around, no matter what. Every single time you stop and you are getting back in to hit the road. Just make it make it a habit. You never know what can go loose. I mean, shit, you're driving down a road and you're in this constant vibration all the time, right? It's just that mini earthquake that's just constant. So it doesn't take much for stuff to loosen up and what have you. And something like this, obviously, you want to have secure. I mean, shit, this is not going anywhere because I've got it looped through the holes there. But, again, and I've done a bunch of walk arounds. So this definitely happened between the Loves that I was at and this Flying J. So, yeah, just the importance of doing walk arounds and kind of just making sure everything is strapped down and secure and what have you. So I'll take care of that and we'll get back on the road. All right, so I'm at the Flying J right now. I just got done taking a shower. I got about 2 or 3 hours left to get to Hershey, Pennsylvania. I'll get there tonight. And then I'll be there for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But for any of y'all, if you're on the road and you just need to take a shower, you need to clean up, come to a Flying J or a Pilot because they have shower facilities. And pretty much wherever there's truckers, like a truck stop, they're going to have shower facilities. So I highly recommend it. Super clean. All right. So don't worry about like, oh my God, because it's a truck stop, it's dirty. They actually keep them very, very clean and continuously, like constantly clean. So it'll allow you to just, you have a room. You have your own room and it's got a sink, toilet, shower, hooks. Just bring all your stuff in there. Super good water pressure, a lot of hot water, and you're not going to get rushed. So that's what I just basically did, right? Even though I have my motorhome, I have not yet sanitized my system, right? So this is like the maiden voyage for me with this, going from Granbury, Texas to Hershey, Pennsylvania for the show. And, I cleaned it all up. I just did not have time to sanitize the system. So when I get there, hopefully I'll be able to, do the proper steps with water, bleach, let it sit for 12 hours, flush it out. But until then, I don't have water on my rig yet. So again, Flying J, Pilot, great place to take a shower. And let's say you don't have a motorhome, right? Like let's say you're like literally with the kids and you're in the family truckster with the station wagon, right? That's what we did back in the day. And you just want to take a shower, but you don't want to do like the whole hotel thing. It's kind of like your one-stop shop. If you're RVing, the thing I like about it's like definitely something that I've seen a progression over the years is that more places are catering to RVs. It used to be like, go to Walmart, right? Park overnight at Walmart because they'll allow you to stay. Well, Walmart's kind of like iffy. They're cracking down. They're like half of them will allow you to stay. Half of them don't want you to stay. But it's just loud and obnoxiously annoying. That's just me. I think they're loud. And, so Flying J's, Pilots, Bass Pro Shop, Cabela's, Buc-ee's, they're all Cracker Barrel. They all cater now to RVs where they have their own separate spots. So the first night, I ended up staying at Buc-ee's. The second night, I stayed at Cracker Barrel. And the third night, I stayed at Bass Pro Shop. So
it's been good so far, you know. But the thing I like about with Flying J right here, that spot over there is dedicated basically for RV to be able to pull in, fuel up, and pull right around. I'm sure y'all have experienced the same thing I've experienced, where you get to a gas station and like there's no way I'm going to be jockeying around these pumps. And for my setup, I'm pretty damn long, right? So I've got my motorhome and then I've got my trailer. So navigating through a gas station, you don't really know until you kind of get in there. If I did not have the trailer, this would be a cakewalk, because this is a Model 26, but it's like 27.5 feet from tip to tail. That's easy in a gas station around. But when you have a trailer, it's a little bit more difficult. And then for me, I'm actually in the spots. So we got RV spots right here, even though 2 trucks are here, but this is like kind of like a pull through. And then they've got a bunch of RV spots over here. So you see like that Class A is right there. There was a travel trailer there before. But I'll tell you this, when it comes to trucker stops, which Flying J Pilot is known for, truckers are basically going to go wherever the heck they want. That's just what it comes down to. If there's a spot available for a truck to go, a trucker will go. It doesn't matter. Like the other day, I got literally double parked in by an 18-wheeler, and I had to just wait for one guy to move, and then I was able to jockey out of there. But for the most part, and this is not that busy, but the trucker spot is actually over here. That entire area over there, like they're not even really supposed to be in here, but these guys, they don't have a trailer with them, so they just decided to kind of come over here. So anyway, that's all part of the game. You're dealing with cars, trucks, travel trailers, fifth wheels, Class A's, Class C's, 18 wheels. I mean, it's just basically first come, first serve. So anyway, back on the road, and on my way to Hershey. So I made it to Hershey, Pennsylvania last night. Here for the RV show. Got the setup. I can't even tell you how this feels. This is, since 1997, I've wanted this. And I've come to Hershey, PA a bunch of times. And that was before I ever owned an RV, before my Class A. And I remember just kind of walking in these Class C motorhomes and going, man, one day I hope to have one. And here it is. I was inside just a little bit ago, and again, I don't have the full setup yet. Like, I still have to get my water, I still have to sanitize the system, the whole 9 yards. So I'm not fully kind of living in this thing to like its full potential right now at the moment. So it's like a kind of gradual thing. But I was getting changed, and I'm like, I'm in a parking lot, and I actually get to get changed in a bathroom. And I'm going through my closets, right? My cabinets, and I'm picking out the clothes that I'm going to be wearing, and I'm like, holy crap. Like, it just kind of reminds me of when I was in my truck or in my car, and you're trying to, it's just not the same. When you have space and you actually feel like you're in a home, and because you have those amenities on the road, it's a whole nother world. So I'm super excited. I'm about to head in. Let's check it out.